Hello. Welcome back to school. That down so it doesn't get lost. Okay, so I'm gonna do I don't know what it's gonna be. I have an assignment. We are starting to tackle like pretty critical piano or organ technical stuff, like posture, relaxation, stuff like that. And one of the books we're using is this one that I found off the internet. Really, really good resource. I don't know if we're going to go through the whole thing, but definitely there's some good material in the first part. We literally spent an hour just on the first page, like, of the introduction alone, just an hour on that. So something teacher wants me to do is make a what do they call it? He calls it like a critical action plan from physically sitting down at the keyboard to lifting the hand to the piano. And it's very interesting that we're doing this because when I was at university, my piano professor says, one of our lessons, he says, okay, I want you to lift your hand to the piano. And I let me see if I can do this. I just do one of these things. I just totally move my arm to the piano. He's like, no, I want you to lift your hand. It's like, what? Eventually, after so many trials and errors, he says, okay, pretend you're holding or you're lifting a bucket of rocks and lift your lift your hand to the piano. And so, of course, I had my arm dropped and thinking, oh, lifting a bucket of rocks. I know what that's like. And this is literally what you're doing because you're engaging these upper muscles. And everything else here is supposed to be super limp because all your upper torso and stuff is doing all the work. So that kind of brought back some fond memories as far as that goes. Now, I have not looked at this book since we looked at it in class, so it'll be interesting to see what I remember about this whole thing. And then, of course, after I get done with this, I'll have to actually practice the physical action. I do plan on going and working on the organ stuff, so I'll probably do that after I eat something because I've got a nasty headache. Okay, we'll just call, I don't even know what today is, October 4, I think. I can't write. October 4, 2024. We'll call this lifting wrist. Okay, whatever. Lifting to piano or keys. Yeah, my eye is starting to throw up, which is not good. Okay, step 1. It should be lifting wrist. I'm gonna fix this. Lifting hand, lifting wrist, whatever he said. I forget exactly what it was. I think I need to turn off this light. Just did a whole bunch of arithmetic problems and my head is throbbing from that copy work. Okay, lifting wrist to piano, lifting wrist to keys. Lifting wrist to keys. Okay, step 1. You're going to obviously sit at the piano. 2, drop shoulders and arms. Oops, need an M. There we go. Okay, drop shoulders and arm. Step 3, which is the hard part, doing the actual physical lifting of the hand. Three. Lift. I'm going to say lift from upper arm. Okay, so we've got lift from upper arm, which is up in here. And then, obviously I don't have a keyboard, but 4 would be setting your hand on the keyboard. 4, set, fingers, we'll say fingers. Fingers on keys. And then I'll say standing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We could throw in step 5. Make sure the wrist is in line with the arm, the forearm. So that was an issue. It says I could do it, like, because I did it, but then, like, there are some times where it just, like, I think my brain just got overwhelmed. Check wrist. He said everything else was okay, which is nice. Check wrist alignment. Okay, and I think that pretty much covers everything we covered in chapter, well, the first page of this book. I'm gonna go through and see about looking through it, reviewing it. I should get this tabbed. Otherwise I'm gonna be up without a paddle with finding these pages. Okay, the critical point was at the position at the keyboard, because that was where all the work was done. Okay, so they say the first, to find a comfortable position at the keyboard, drop your arms freely to the sides. Well, okay, I guess that's step number 2. Let's see here. I can't read this. Something about necessary to steady. I'm reading the wrong paragraph. Okay, drop your arms to the side, completely relaxed. Lift your wrist to the keyboard, keeping the shoulders and arms relaxed. I'm going to put a little note in that. All of this eventually is going to get marked in my notebook. So, yeah. Let's see here. Lift arm to keyboard. Lift arm. relax shoulder. And relaxed shoulder and arm. Technically, I think it says, hold on. Top arm, lift from the upper arm. Okay, so this is lifting from the upper arm. So the lower arm and the shoulders should be relaxed. And I don't know how you're gonna, we'll just let that be. Okay, then the next one, after you lift your hand or your wrist or whatever, lift your wrist to the keyboard. Okay, keeping your arms and shoulder relaxed, and then the weight of the arm will support the wrist on the keys by your fingers. Yeah, I'm sure we'll probably go over this again. But basically that's what it is that I have to work on. Just sitting down and physically just lifting the hand. I could probably drop it too just to get used to like arm weight. But yeah. Highly recommended book. If I can find, it's all over on the internet. You can find this book. It's called The Fundamentals of Piano Technique, the Russian Method. And it's like endorsed by like really high top-notch pianists. I think this might be like a reprint or something, because in the back it actually has the original cover, which looks super, super old. So, but highly recommended book if you're looking at beefing up on your technique, or you're even just learning how to do it. So yeah, I guess that concludes my written assignment for this part of my homework. Now I have to actually go and practice it. So, what did I do with the bell? If you want to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget, ring the notification bell for all notifications.